How do I actually build the community who can become the change makers in the life? That is the reason. So what is your reason? Because if you are not having that reason, you need to search for that reason by reflecting. Take a notepad and pen tonight, today, give yourself a me time. The me time will help you to understand that I want to actually achieve XYZ for this. What is the difference of being a human? That is where you need to think about. The moment you start thinking on this direction, a lot of things will come easy to you. Why? Because the clarity will be not about just a career. It will be about the life that you will be getting that clarity. And when a person gets the life clarity, career clarity doesn't matter, honestly. How to achieve that path. So if only income is an issue and your mind is so much dead that you can only think as an income from the job only, you're already dead person. Do you know why? Because you might be thinking that I'll probably go and earn 2 crore rupees by 10 years. Yeah, some of you have mentioned that. I want to have 200 crore, I want to have 2 crore and so on and so forth. What is the current status? Let's say 40 lakh, 50 lakh rupees. What is the year over year growth happens when your salary gets double? Based on that. If you are above 40 and 50 lakh, every 7 years your salary gets double. Now in order to reach to 2 crore, either you probably or change so many jobs that you can reach there, or you do something so valuable that people give you 2 crore. That means you become so valuable as a character that people give you 2 crore or 1 crore. Making sense? Not that dreaming is bad. I'm saying practically you need to reach to that level. In your mind, you need to achieve first. Are you able to sell yourself that 2 crore vision or 200 crore vision? Or you are just saying that, yeah, likhna hai to likh lete hai kuch bhi. First, you have to sell it to yourself. The rest of the people will be sold automatically. So if you are not convinced, how many of you are not convinced that you are worth 1 crore rupees? Ask yourself a simple question. How many of you are not convinced that you are worth 1 crore? How many of you are convinced that you are worth 1 crore? Who decides that? Market. Problem is, humans have a tendency to overestimate themselves. Especially the mid-career professional coming with a lot of experience, knowledge, skills and talent. One of the things they have about themselves is the aura, the ego, correct? The entitlement. So which is actually detrimental to their career, harmful to that career. But they don't realize it until the harm is already done. They don't realize this until the harm is done. So you need to ask yourself, if I am thinking that I am worth 1 CR, if I stand in the market today and ask the 1 CR, yeah, will somebody give me? Is a question. Simple question. If I go out in the recruiter's call and just say, hey, I am looking for a 1 CR because I believe I am a 1 CR guy. That's it. That's a test. Yeah. And if you can't convince them, regardless of what you believe, your perception is not there in the market. Making sense? Everyone? If your perception is not there, that means your perceived value of 1 crore is not there. Your perceived value is your salary. Your perceived value is salary plus 15%, 20%, 30%. Now you need to change that perceived value itself. And that can be only changed by developing the skills, using the strategy, creating the influence, building your own brand. These are the elements that you need to learn. Regardless of this, you are not going to reach to that level. It is not that I am saying so, it is the time which is telling us that. The market is giving that feedback. So in our next level, ELC, there are many people who reaches to 1 CR now. Why? Even if they are at a 50 lakh, even if they are at 60 lakh, they are able to reach to the 1 CR salary, double it. And the reason for them doubling it, the secret that I find out is, first they work on themselves and build a character first, whose perceived value is more than that. Once they build a character and they created that character in the market, whose perceived value is greater than what they are asking, then they got that success. Making sense? Then they got the success. So when they got the success, I was asking the question, how did you reach there? The very simple part is my mindset has changed, which has asked me to take the decisions which I need to take. It has driven me to the actions that which I was avoiding for so many years. And that is what we need, every one of us. Okay. So let's talk about the clarity aspect that you are searching for. As I mentioned, the clarity requirement is about, first, what do you want? What do you want? 3, 5, 10 years down the line, what kind of lifestyle that you want. That is the reason I ask you to create that in your notebook. Okay. Think of learning to earning equation. How will it happen? By putting the learning. So what kind of learning you need to have in order to earn that? And currently where you are, what is your current perceived value? That is what I talk about just now. Okay. So you need to ask, what is my current value in the market? How many of you know your current value in the market? Have you done the salary benchmarking? Have you done anything about your current market value? What is the current market value for you? And if you have not done, you believe that you're worth 1 crore, how will it happen? You don't even know your current worth. So question is, we need to know our current worth first. What market thinks about us based on the current designation, industry, domain, function, experience, and so on and so forth. Make sense? Yes? No? Okay. That is where you get the first level of clarity. The second part is whether you're driven for it. So the second level of clarity is, why do you want? I ask you to spare your me time for 30-40 minutes on yourself, asking about this reason. What helps me charge up in the morning? And I will probably start working on that. If you do not have that answer, you will be always in the race. How many of you are in the race? Every day morning, you're just joining the race because you don't know which race you are running. You need to know which race you are running. And if you do not know which race you are running, you will be in the most common race. This is called the mediocrity. Make sense? Are you running the excellence race or are you running the mediocrity race? These are the two different aspects. Because mediocrity race has no answer, no outcome that you are expecting from yourself. Excellence race has that. Why? Because then you are constantly growing yourself in the mindset, skill, strategy, support and everything, which is a continuous growth. Whereas mediocrity doesn't require any effort. Just धक्का लगाओ चले जाएगा, apply करते रहो मिल जाएगा. That kind. So mediocrity doesn't require efforts. It will happen automatically. Just by being here, you will just develop your LinkedIn profile. You'll start posting some of the things. You'll create your CV, and you'll be preparing some interview answers and the negotiation, and you will be through. I'm telling you, people have got 100% also in this group, just by using this recipes. Question is, do you want to be in that race, one-time wonder, or do you want to be on the excellence path? Is a question. What do you look your career as? Is a once-time milestone or a long-term vision? That is the difference between the job and a career. People who are only looking at the job, they always get stuck after a few years. How many of you changed the job and got stuck again and again? Yes, some of you have changed the jobs and you thought that, okay, after changing the job, I'll be solving every problem. It does not happen. And why it doesn't happen? Because you are in the same race, mediocrity. You're not changing the path only. You're not changing the track. How will your vision be different? You are going with the same vision, getting retirement at the 60. That is your vision. And feeling that mutual fund sahi will give you the 1 CR, 2 CR. By the time you'll retire, 1 CR, 2 CR are not enough, by the way. Just for your information. Okay? So, ask yourself the right questions. Right question is, which path I want to run? Do I want to run the mediocrity race or do I want to run the excellence path?